This time on Woody's garage. That thing will never run right.
Usually when I stop running my bikes I drain the carb, but that didn't seem to be the case with the other one yesterday, so I'm going to do this one. I also noticed some fine workmanship here. I didn't get the gasket on right. Also the manifold is wiggly, which is not good. If I remember right, these are kind of stripped out. It's yuck. Let's see. Oh, that's kind of cleanish. Yeah, not a lot of junk. Pretty clean. Okay, I got the screw and I got some wire lamp cord stranded stuff. I'm going to try to put that down the hole to maybe give a little more grip. The other side, I fixed the gasket over there and that one screwed down well, so we're just going to see if we can get a bite with this one to hold the carb down well. Yeah, we're definitely getting some bite. I just stuck the whole thing in front. Definitely resistance. Yeah, it seems good. Sounded pretty good. Well, it's more than I expected. Yeah, you missed it because I didn't expect it, but yeah, it started. Then I found this underneath the bike. It looks vaguely familiar. Don't know what it is. But it started and it actually didn't sound too bad. I'm going to put some more gas in it and this time we'll turn it on. But I got to find out where this went first. This looks to me like what holds a cam follower. Oh yeah, and that's exactly what it is. Look at, that's missing. That's not good. Shit. That's really bad. Yeah, unless I can. That really sucks. Because this holds a little wheel in here. The cam chain runs on. And with this out, the little wheel is free to go where it wants to. That's too bad because it started up and it sounded pretty good. It might mean that I have to pull off the head. Well, I can see it in there. Can you? I'm gonna see if I can nudge it this way and that, maybe get it lined up. That would be terrific if I can. So with this pick, I can get the thing centered, but as soon as I pull the pick out, it just drops. Yeah. This one had it running. Okay, I can take this plate off. There's this piece behind it. It's got to come off. And then there's the gear for the camshaft, and the chain rides on that. And if you loosen that and take it off, you can loosen the chain. Then maybe I can get it. And then you won't have to take off the whole head. Get this unscrewed. find this notch and leave the screws in and pop this off. And you got the advance here. It's got a little cam there too that I think I've mounted upside down before, so make sure you get that right. Yeah, so this is 10 millimeter. Gotta get that off. And I believe this is keyed, if I'm not mistaken. Oh yeah, there's that little nub right there. Looks like a key that sits in there. We'll get that out with some needle nose. Then we just take out these three. And then we can pop this off. And this seal is probably not good. I've trashed a few of those. And here's what's under that. Now, this gasket, boy, I don't want to tear that, but there's a mark right over here. Oh, sorry, there's a mark right over here. And there's a mark on this. Try to get the light on it. There's a mark on that sprocket there on where to line it up. Because you pull that out, you pull this thing out, and the whole thing just kind of drops. I'm still not positive I'm going to be able to get that, which kind of blows, but I'm going to try it. I think I got it just by moving the chain around a little bit. I don't know if you can see in there. It's really hard, but the rubber wheel, I can see it. Can you see it? Looks like it's in the right place. Awesome. See that break in the wire? What a place for that, because it sits right here. So we'll tape that up, but everything's back the way it was. I'm going to check the points again. We should be ready to go. So I'm thinking, like, you know, I put a piece of tape over that. You got plenty of length. Let's cut it off. And while I was doing that, this just fell out. Like, that was a really bad connection to the points. So I guess it could be redone anyway. So let's redo it. Another thing, I'm thinking about this engine, thinking this probably isn't the one with the piston I bought. It's probably another engine. Look at it, it's a CL90 engine. I kind of gave up on. Don't know. Interesting. Okay, things should be back the way they are. Better connection at the points. Got a little gas in the just in the tube there. Hopefully it'll start up again. Can't see I set the points again because I didn't. Yeah, I've got no spark again. Well, the points seem good. I gave them a wipe. Yeah, spark plug's out, but let's check the spark. Better connection and everything, and no spark. Yeah, reset the points and everything. It looks like that wire, you can see that there's a red wire now dangling there that I did such a colossal job on, was not making a good connection. So I think we got spark now though. Let's see what that does. eliminated that green wire completely. I'm just using that alligator clip jumper. And it looks like we got a good spark, so first time I've cheated. Told you to run. It run, but not very good. That did not sound too healthy. Found a couple of passenger pegs in my box of crap. This one works great. This one doesn't want to stay up. It keeps falling down. To go. I want her to go. Okay, what I'm thinking of is my wiring is just so horrible over here. You know, I need to make it better than that. The other side too. And so I think we'll take it from there. I think that might be it for today. Should be better for next time. I combined the two reds into one. I had one lead that had a dual connector on it. And I found out that this negative, the green, goes to ground too. I didn't know if it was kind of separate. But yeah, it does go to ground. Got continuity. Okay, I just set the timing, the ignition timing, and I forgot to video it for some reason. But you'll see, we are way out. This notch right here is supposed to kind of straddle this thing. You can see the 0 mark right there and that mark. This is how far I had to go to get the ignition timing correct. Going by the F mark, the fire mark on the flywheel. Yeah, I've done this in other videos, and I just actually watched a video that wasn't mine to see how to do it, and if I remember I'll link that, but let's see if it starts. Choke on, keys on, gas. Yeah, the smoke is back. Okay, so I let it run for a while. I put the idle down really low and it was idling pretty good. Then I started screwing with the clutch adjustment and it cut out. So I said, fine, I'll start it up again. And started up pretty good, but then just took off at the high revs. For some reason I don't say the throttle's sticking. Yeah, I guess it is. The throttle's sticking, so I got to address that. But God, it sounds mean when you crank it up. And it's very responsive. Well, I'm on the wrong side of the light here, but you can kind of see the carb there. I'm just starting to take it off, and I said, like, hey, let's just check the spring, see what's going on with that. Well, it looks all right, right? Yeah, it's kind of sticky, huh? What I'm going to try to do, what I should do, is clean the throttle up here. But, you know, it doesn't actually feel not smooth. It just feels a little sticky. I'm going to hold the throttle up in the air and drip oil down into the cable. And see if that'll help. Actually, I'm going to pop the slide off. Do I have to? Boy, am I getting lazy, huh? Hang on. And here's something neat I found at the supermarket in the $1 area. Clip with a hook on it. You clip it on something, hook it right up there. I thought those were ingenious. $4 for $1. So I'm just going to drip oil down into the cable. See if I can get a little more action out of it. Yeah, looking at the slide and I see a little wear here. Like, you know, it's going down in there and that's where it's rubbing and sticking. Yeah, I sanded down the edges a little bit with really light sandpaper. I don't know what, 600, maybe greater. And it feels good. There's a groove on this side that has to go facing that side. This is for the idle screw right here. The more you screw that in, the more it raises up this ramp thing here. I'm really on the wrong side of this bike, I apologize. And that feels good. I got the needle set midway too. Let me see if I can, don't want to lose that. Yeah, there it is. It's about midway down. It's a good place to start. Yeah, I feel nothing wrong with that at all. It feels very smooth. No sticky. Well, it's better, but it's not great. I think the spring in there is kind of tired. There's just something somewhere. You see that? Yeah, I guess it's fine. Gotta get the muffler attached somehow. It's definitely not the right pipe for it. It actually has an up pipe. And I don't have another one. I have a CT90 pipe that I had on here, but it blocks a battery box, which is kind of a problem. At least at the moment it is. Alright, we haven't done much except for try to make that carburetor, carburetor slide return better. Didn't have a heck of a lot of luck with that. Let's see if it runs any better now that it's cooled down. Is that on or off? That's off. That's on. Set at 6 volts. half choke. Volt. I can hear something chirping like almost like an air leak. It's weird how the idle starts so high when I set it down here. Wow, it's weird how it quits. Don't know why. I'm dying to take it for a little putt, but we still have no gas tank. Can mount up that thing temporary, I guess. It seems like when I screw around with a clutch, it seems to put a load on the engine, and then the engine wants to shut down. Don't know why that is.